They thought she was just another fragile woman walking alone on a quiet road, but when 5 ruthless bikers surrounded her with smirks of arrogance, they never imagined they were seconds away from meeting the most humiliating defeat of their lives. Stay tuned till the end of this story and don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more shocking, dramatic real lifestyle tales that will leave you speechless. 5 bikers challenged a simple woman. Then she knocked them out in seconds. It was late evening when the sun had just dipped below the horizon, leaving the streets painted in amber and violet hues. The hum of engines roared down a lonely stretch of highway where 5 leather-clad bikers sped like predators in search of prey. Their reputation across small towns was nothing less than terror itself, for they thrived on intimidation, chaos, and humiliation of those too weak to resist their bullying. And fate led them to a narrow dusty road where a lone woman walked home carrying nothing but a small grocery bag in her hand and the innocence of simplicity in her stride. Her clothes were modest, her posture calm, and to the untrained eye she was the perfect target. They slowed their engines, circling her like wolves around lamb, their laughter echoing in the air. The leader with tattoos creeping up his neck sneered and said, "Hey sweetheart, roads like this aren't safe for little things like you. Maybe you need an escort." His companions chuckled, revving their bikes to unnerve her. Yet the woman simply sighed, placing her bag down gently as if preparing for something. Her eyes glistened with an unusual stillness, a dangerous calm masked beneath layers of modesty. She spoke softly, "I don't want trouble. Please leave me be." But her polite words only fueled their arrogance. One biker jumped off his bike trying to snatch her bag, and another moved closer, reaching out to grab her arm. In that exact heartbeat the air shifted, like the calm before a violent storm, because the simple woman they thought was helpless revealed a side of herself that none of them could have imagined. Her hand shot out, grabbing the biker's wrist with lightning speed, twisting it backward with a crack so sharp he screamed, dropping to his knees. Before his friends could register what happened, she spun with fluid grace, delivering a kick to the chest of the second biker, sending him flying into the dirt with dust swirling around his shocked face. The remaining 3 blinked in disbelief. Their leader roared in fury, charging at her with a heavy swing of his fist, but she ducked effortlessly, sweeping his legs out from under him, and as he fell she used his own momentum to slam him onto the ground, knocking the wind from his lungs. By now the 4th biker hesitated, fear crawling into his eyes, but rage made him reckless as he grabbed a metal chain, swinging it wildly. The woman leaned sideways, dodging each strike until she seized the chain midair, yanking it from his hands and spinning it around his neck with precise control, forcing him into submission without a drop of wasted energy. The 5th one thought he had a chance jumping off his bike from behind, but she anticipated his move, delivering a flawless elbow strike backward into his ribs before slamming him headfirst against his own motorcycle. In less than 30 seconds all 5 men who once ruled the roads with arrogance were groaning, defeated, their pride crushed and bodies broken. She picked up her grocery bag again, brushing off the dust as if nothing had happened. Yet this was only the beginning, because the story of who she really was twisted deeper than anyone could predict. She wasn't just a random woman. Her name was Layla, once a special operations combat trainer who had vanished from military records years ago after a mission that went wrong, leaving her presumed dead. But she had chosen exile, living quietly in small towns to escape a haunting past she wanted no one to know. These bikers unknowingly had pulled the cover off her hidden identity, and what was worse was that their defeat wasn't going to stay hidden. For the leader's older brother was the notorious head of a violent biker gang controlling several towns, a man known as Crusher, ruthless beyond measure, and news of 5 men humiliated by a lone woman spread like wildfire, igniting rage in Crusher's heart. Meanwhile Layla walked away, unaware that her simple act of self-defense would drag her back into the world she had escaped. That night she sat quietly in her small wooden home, sipping tea, staring at the scars on her hands, remembering battles she swore to bury. But the echo of engines thundered again outside her window, this time dozens not 5, headlights blazing through the dark like angry eyes. The house rattled as Crusher's gang surrounded her. He stepped forward, massive and scarred, with fury in his voice. "So you're the one who humiliated my men. Tonight you pay the price." His voice thundered, but Layla's heart remained steady, for though she desired peace, she knew once destiny called there was no turning back. The gang advanced, smashing bottles, revving engines, shouting threats. Yet Layla did not run. Instead she tied her hair back calmly, placed her tea down, and whispered to herself, "If I can't run from my past, then I'll face it head on." What followed was a clash that turned that lonely town into a battlefield. The gang charged with bats, chains, and knives, but Layla moved like a shadow, striking with precision, turning their numbers into weakness. One by one they fell, confusion spreading as they realized she was no ordinary opponent. Crusher himself entered the fight swinging a steel pipe with brutal force. Their battle shook the ground, his power monstrous but her skill unmatched. Every strike she delivered was controlled, every counter fluid, until she disarmed him and slammed him to his knees. Instead of finishing him she whispered, "Tell your men. The age of terror ends here." Her mercy became her greatest weapon, because the men who once worshipped Crusher now saw true strength in Layla's restraint. One by one they dropped their weapons in surrender, respect replacing fear, and the woman once underestimated as simple became a legend whispered across highways. Layla disappeared again after that night, fading into mystery. Some say she became a protector of towns, others say she vanished forever, but the truth was she walked away carrying both the burden of her past and the strength of her present, knowing that sometimes being underestimated is the greatest weapon of all. And those 5 bikers who started it all, they never dared raise their heads in arrogance again, forever haunted by the memory of the woman who knocked them out in seconds and changed their lives in ways they could never have imagined. If this story shocked you and kept you hooked till the end, make sure to subscribe right now for more powerful, dramatic tales that will twist, thrill, and inspire you, because you won't want to miss what's coming next.